My next upload this evening is with regard to the inconsiderate behaviours that I'm tolerating as a private royal and as a law-abiding citizen of a very clean track record and of a very vast amount of achievements and accomplishments that have served my country and abroad quite fortuitously. Now, there's a little issue with people being in my proximity that are being really inconsiderate, discourteous, and kind of how would you describe? They're just breaching the laws. They're just breaching the laws, and I'm tolerating quite a lot. My child is a missing person, and he's been quite harmed in an unlawful state care order, and the guards and the government have been made aware since 2017. And I just have to keep reiterating the same points because of the incompetence of individuals to behave with maturity and with integrity that are damaging the reputation of the county of Kerry in a democracy of 2021. They've been of poor behaviours since 2006, and they're still of poor behaviours in 2017 up to the present date. So this issue anyway is just to reiterate the outrageous behaviour I'm experiencing, noise pollution and such, and those that are violating all the great laws that are my natural entitlement, that have been disrespected with these people that think a woman is experiencing her hierarchy of needs being disrespected due to frauds in a community that are of very guilty offences against the state. They think it's an easy walk in the park. Unfortunately, with the beautiful child that's been harmed and the wealth that's been stolen since 2006, every day, every offence is just making a very more serious issue with regard to the sacred light that was damaged from my light body, that these people have been neurotic about for their own monetary gains. So there's a very dangerous issue for the church and the state with regard to this matter of people of a neurosis that I'd appreciate the Mental Health Commission addressing, that have arranged a situation where they have violated the laws that be and have intruded upon a person of property where they have been stealing and from where they have been trespassing. So this is a very dangerous issue. They have intruded upon the upbringing of my child, claiming to be a family. They are not blood relatives. They are not relatives or any way associated with me to be discussing me. They are not in any professional capacity legally in any way entitled to discuss any matters where they are violating the laws, and neither are they entitled to sacred light of my personal light journey experience as a warrior of light. So as a warrior of light, a light worker, an avatar, these people have been highly neurotic and deluded with imposing upon me, harmonizing, synchronizing, aspiring, etc., etc. And in the meantime, they are perpetrating the lowest form of conduct. It is outrageous. So this is just for the information of the guards and the government with regard to my good humanitarian work that has served at home and abroad, and the dangers of very serious offences of wealth, property and creative intellectual theft, on top of the damages to my sacred light and my beautiful child. So I'd appreciate the guards and the government at this stage of the day, since 2017, I'd appreciate you fulfilling your obligations. It's very serious when a child is very seriously harmed in state care and as a consequence suffering ill health. It's very serious when a child that was born perfect suffers ill health because of incompetence, of ignorance and illegalities. Now these people are responsible for damaging a very precious baby boy. So this is going to get a little bit more serious with the damages that are always being accrued every day. So these people in my proximity disturbing the peace and that are of inauthentic information, falsified information since 2017, have absolutely no right to be in my proximity since 2006, since their former set of offences. So this matter is very dangerous for other women and their futures and their children also. So I hope the guards and the government are fulfilling its obligations to a recovery advocate that has worked for the betterment of the country and that is of royal patronage. It's a little bit dangerous when a woman is experiencing poverty and impoverishment to serve the spineless and incredulous incompetence of identity thieves and property thieves, because they've caused a very serious problem. And that's with nature, wildlife, and society also. And that affects information. And they've already been responsible for fraud. So I'd appreciate the United Nations understanding the dangers of the situation when royal patronage is disrespected. A perfectly born child damaged as a consequence of illegalities since 2017 isn't helping the future generations at all, especially when my sacred light body has been damaged and disrespected. So I'd appreciate the church and state acknowledging the pests in my presence, disturbing the peace, that aren't addressing the reparations and respect that I'm due. It's very inconsiderate and discourteous and highly ignorant of individuals to be disturbing the peace and relaying exacerbatory lies and slander. So I'd appreciate the guards and the government removing these individuals from my proximity. They're liable for a lot of damages. And as a recovery advocate, I would hope the Mental Health Commission would take responsibility for the frauds in society that have been incompetent with developments and disasters in the past 3 years.